The school. Look at the wow, that's unique. What?
Is that the real ones?
Wait, I'm recording. School. Country Center Schools.
What way would that be, Mom?
Pues es puro casita. Cat One Kitchen. So they had stuff separated, huh? This was the kitchen, the dining room. Look, they had the water pump. You know how pretty. Look, that's the toilet. That's where you go potty back in the days if you didn't have a bathroom inside your house, huh?
I don't like it when the airplanes are too loud.
Estoy grabando. This is a room.
It looks pretty fancy.
Beautiful. Telling you, I was born in the wrong era.
There's a kitchen.
Kitchen?
We're in the dining room.
No, you can't get in there. Everything is closed.
Oh, look at the other room.
Look at this one.
I'm coming.
They have two doors.
They're so small.
Go.
Wait, don't.
Estoy grabando.
And they can't.
Don't close it, Mommy. We're all taking one that's old and
Look at the dresses back there.
Wow.
You know how hot these houses would be because they didn't have
Mhm.
ACs?
Look at the fancy dining room. Come on, girls. Oh, this is lovely.
It'd be nice to have tour guide.
oh, look.
That's who used to live there.
British officer. Okay, that's over the family.
They restored the home.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go to church.
Let's go to the church.
Whoa.
Congregation, St. Peter's. Can we go inside there?
There's no sign.
Go, girls. Morning. Wow, that's beautiful. Mm-hmm. The preacher, the pastor. Don't go in there. Floor is super slippery. memory, in honor.
All the people would die. Back.
I see that.
What is that day?
Jay, wanna go stick your head there? Oh look guys, same the thing ahí. The Village Depot. Just stay in front of it. Get your face lower, Chris. Jay, I can't see you.
Big suitcases.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Imagine carrying that. It's a pain.
I want to go look at the other
Siya dapat nakamagawin ko sa mga flavor.
You enjoying it? I know, Jay went back on time with the train.
I wonder if you can stand the railroad. Mommy, you want me to stand?
clock. Old clock.
Spectators bench from third floor courtroom at Osceola County Courthouse, built in 1890.
Oh, yes, the court. There's go.
This is a court.
No, a bench from the courthouse.
Let's go on the train tracks.
Yeah.
Go. Mírenme, abre las manos. Abre las manos, Crimari. Hello.
How are you?
Good. Is it okay if I take pictures or video?
Oh, thank you for asking. And yeah, it is. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate you asking.
No problem.
Yeah, so I'm spinning wool. Do you know where wool comes from?
It's the time to learn, Mama. It's okay. You could say no. No.
So wool comes from a sheep. And sheep have different color wool, just like people have different color hair. See, this wool obviously came from a white sheep. Would you like to feel it? Yeah, see, it's soft, yeah. And one of the things that they do before they
Look at the baby crib.
get the wool onto the spinning wheel to make yarn is they have to run it through carders. These are carders, and they're like giant hairbrushes, just like you would use a hairbrush to, you know, puff your hair up and, you know, organize it. They would do the same thing. You can see how this, we carded it, but this we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So to do that, we would just take and apply some wool onto the carder. And you don't do like a lot, because then that just winds up making your job super difficult, you know? And then you just take and you don't grind the bristles together, but you kind of use the bristles to hold down the wool, and you just pull the wool through like that a couple times. The more smooth or finer you want your yarn, the more you do the carding, because you can see there's still some clumps in there, and there's you know, you can see where the clumps are. And those clumps and bumps will then turn up in your yarn, which isn't a bad thing. You know, I mean, you might want yarn that's a little more, has more texture. Then we just would take the wool.
Nice.
Have another one. You see that? Now, wool doesn't just come from, fiber doesn't just come from animals. There are actually plants that give us things to spin also. And I can show you here, share with you something that I did myself. And this is heirloom green cotton. And it's, I grew it in my backyard, and I saved the cotton for the whole year. And then I put it on a spinning wheel, and this is how much cotton I got in a whole year from a cotton plant.
Walking to the grave. So maybe the governor or something.
That's an Indian. What happened when the Indians attacked us?
No, they were all Indians.
So what did the Indian world?
It's a country back then, Jay. And of course, there were Indians.
With the Seminole Indians. That's a cooking chiki. That's a community chiki.
Okay.
Where crafts would be done. The women would be making cloth, sewing and tanning leather. I have on me, all the leather that I have on me is actually deer skin, deer hide or buck, as you might call it. My moccasins are made out of deer skin. I made those in the exact style of what was.
Can I take a picture of you with my wife over there?
Absolutely. It came in with the Europeans. Of course, with that came their guns too. The rifle that I have up there is actually a leftover from the Civil War from 1850. By 1890, it was still being used. Still being hunted, still as accurate as you could imagine. And of course, it's a black powder rifle, so you got to load it by putting powder and everything in the front and ramming it down. What I'm kind of representing today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, whoa, my belt's falling down.
Is that pants like real hot inside there?
Made out of western cedar. None of this kind of wood is here in Florida, across the seaboard. It makes a very, very smooth sounding flute.
Y más que somos taínas, boricua.
This would have been our entertainment center right here. Very much like a palm tree, it's mostly hollow inside. This one is hollow all the way up to this point, and then hollow all the rest of the way. Cutting the holes in it and making the sound hole.
Listen to it.
Of course, the smaller the flute, the higher the tone. And just the opposite is true. The larger the flute, The lower.
That's a big one.
This one here is my sing the children to sleep. I have had several children go to sleep on my tiki here when I played this song.
How relaxing.
How can you tell they was more equal?
Drum with. And this right here is the handle, and I have my low crystal right there.
Vete, grábala.
Send the spirits up to
I can't get down. Pégate más cerca. Don't touch the screen. Because she's in this plate.
No, I'm left-handed. You don't have to hit it with your left hand. You can hit it with your right hand.
You're right-handed, yeah. Use your right hand, mama. Vete por adelante.
No,
Grábala.
estoy aquí.
Turn it towards you.
Go ahead.
I want to stand up.
That's it. Now go ahead. Keep it steady.
Boom. 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 Boom.
Favorito.
Water well, huh?
Did you have banjo back then?
See. What is this? Oh, a fire. I hear the chickens. Hey, Chris, if you work really hard, your future's stable. Future's stable if you work really hard, ma'am.
That's the kind of
There's one to keep, not even, maybe baby horses, because the horses need more space than this.
Yep. Okay, you got your chicken feed, mommy? Where's the chicken feed? Give me mine. Here, chickies. Chicky.
You want to eat?
Throw them. I thought we were gonna be like more chicken. That's why I got 3. Get them, mama. Come on, me, put it. Get used to girls.
Oh, but what are you?
They took it away from you. Let's do Patrick.
Okay, let's go over there.
Wait.
I'm done, Jay. I'm struggling to make it to the end to get to the car. Hello.
How are you?
All right, yourself?
Was this like the poor people's home?
Doesn't look very promising. No, it doesn't. You want to hear a little bit about this house?
Sure.
This house is the Strickland Lanier house, and it was built by the Stricklands in about 1890. It has a unique construction. It's called board and batten. It looks the same on the inside as the outside, and they just put these walls together and nailed them to the floor, put a roof on it, and it's been this way ever since.
Wow.
So much for hurricane standards. Didn't bother it. The house was lived in until 1986 when it was donated to the Historical Society, and and always by the Laniers. Once Strickland's son George married Texas Lanier, which I love that name, and her brother Raymond bought the house from the Stricklands in about 1900 maybe, and the Stricklands owned it until they donated it to us.
What year again? What were they donated?
It was donated about 1900. It's
Okay.
about 10 years after it was built. So they lived in it a very, very long time. Come on this way.
These what they call a wraparound porch.
Feel the nice breeze here? This is called a dog trot house, and it was built
Oh,
specifically.
yeah.
It's unique. You don't see this much anymore. Why, I don't know. But you think about breezeways in the old days. There's always a breeze here, which is why I volunteer to stay here. But there's always a breeze here. And basically it was always open like this. This house was down Ham Brown Road. I don't know if you know where that's at. Down by Horizon Middle School is where it was moved from. Down on Orange Blossom Trail, way down past Campbell City.
Okay.
It had 3 rooms originally, and they built the 4th. After Raymond bought the house, he built the 4th. This room I call the living room, but it's also where Raymond slept, because he was single in those days, and he got the fireplace because he owned the house. I guess that was it. But they mostly were outside. They didn't, bedrooms were strictly for sleeping, and they'd bring the chairs and they did a lot of musical instruments and stuff. They'd bring those outside on the porch where it was cool. The room across the walkway is, I call it the master bedroom, but Raymond always had some brother and his new bride moving in with him. When he first moved here, it was brother Wade and his wife Maud, but that would have been where they would have stayed, in that room.
Okay.
People always ask, well, there's no closets. I said they didn't have a lot of clothes, and what they did, they just put them in a trunk.
Was that a
Hang 'em on a
door
nail.
or something right
There
there?
was a door. The house, over all those years, it actually had a little bathroom on it too when we first got it. So we kind of went back to what it looked like originally, and that's seasoning in. That room back there I call the guest room. Raymond built it so when his brothers came to visit, there was a place to stay. And then, I know you guys are looking at the kitchen. The house is unique in that the kitchen was part of the house, unlike at the Cadmans where the kitchen is
Separated.
separate. Here it was part of the house, and just kind of looking at it, you can see why women spent all their time in the kitchen in those days.
The house is surrounded by a fence, and that was because this was in the days of free-range cattle. So they did the fence to keep the cattle out,
Mm-hmm.
to grow their gardens and, keep this kind of pristine. They didn't have big barns because it was free range. They didn't need it for feed and any of that
Okay.
stuff. So, and Raymond actually grew vegetables. His dad was a big beef grower. They owned most of the property down alongside Westlake Tahoe, all down that side, Pleasant Hill Road, Poinciana Boulevard, all the way down.
It's really interesting. I always say I was born to the wrong era. I'm only 34.
We get a lot of people who go, I can remember this in my grandparents' house,
Mm.
Like this. I'm like, yeah,
Oh.
I'm sure that's true. But the coconut, the sugar cane grinder is way out there. They would hitch a horse to that long pole, and the horse would walk in a circle and run the grinder, and then they'd boil off the syrup on the syrup boil to the left.
There's another guy.
There's
Mhm.
also the laundry shed where they would pull that out, build a big fire, put the cast iron pot over and do their laundry. And it's kind of a family affair because it was a lot of work.
I bet.
And then they'd hang it over the fence.
Well, thank you so much for your
You're
time and help.
Back at that school.
The school bell, yes, let's go back to the school. Have a good one.
See you later.
Don Anna.
Estoy grabando.